would help.
Oh,
What?
No, enough with the lunches. We are live. It is. No, we. I swear to God. Hello, welcome everyone to. God damn
Ali.
it! I will revoke sound privileges on certain someone there. Hello, welcome everybody to a very
He should
chaotic
he passes.
session
He
of
scores.
a very chaotic session of Welcome to the Big Sleep. This is 4.5. We only had a 45-minute run into the previous one because of tech issues. Hopefully
I
there
don't
are
think
no
we even made
further.
it to 0.5 last time.
No, it's that's why it's 4.5. It was 45 minutes of setting up you guys on location. We'll try to get started tonight and try to get all of these people into location. Um, we can't do exactly a recap because nothing much happened in the last session, but
Nothing happened.
we'll definitely do like a brief um recap in a sense of like what actions have been taken so far. I believe someone declared walking.
Walking.
Like bold moves by okay, just like
He's on a journey
somebody,
right now.
somebody decided to not after been given an invite, so we're just declaring player actions so far in this situation. Ricky, despite being told to invite his friends from the shenanigans that happened 3 weeks ago in game, to basically that shoot up with the Gambinos, the young guns, and having killed people and gone to jail but been let go. Ricky decided to go alone and and take the ride, which means a couple of people had trouble because according to my research, Staten Island around this time during the Great Depression, uh they lost their bus transit. And the only way you can actually
Wasn't me.
get to these locations is through private vehicle. Like a lot of these places is more like Staten Island is what you would treat like a rural spot. So the ferry and the barge is the only public kind of transportation before you need to take a car to whichever spot you need to go in Staten Island. I believe Mr. Mops declared a taxi, which is a fun thing because he's gonna have to pay a taxi driver from the mainland New York City. Most of their train taxis and bus transits have moved inland, so it's more on boroughs that don't touch the outer islands. Having to persuade a taxi driver to ride a ferry and bring them to somewhere in Staten Island is gonna be interesting. Uh, so, uh, I think those are the decisions so far. I forgot the details on how Alfred is making his way to um the location, the Stone Court. Can you tell us how you're getting there?
Well, Alfred was originally gonna pick up Aldo and
I'm
with
with you.
Johnson.
I'm right behind you. What are you on about?
Wait, what do you mean? I never
I'm
got to
with
declare
you.
what I was doing in the first place anyway.
No, I declared it before you did. I was going with Alfred.
Oh, you did? I thought you. Oh, wait, what? I think you were the one.
We decided this already.
See, that's okay. That's why I'll clarify. So, final decision for
who
Alfred.
walked?
No,
Somebody
Me!
else.
it was
Oh,
Ricky.
yeah.
I was the idiot that said that I would walk.
That man is on a journey right now.
Aldo's an old man. You're gonna make an old man.
No, I said I was gonna pick up Aldo and then
Yay.
Johnson. Because Johnson
I'm gonna
would be
pick up
threatening me.
Aldo as he turns around. Yo.
Awesome.
Yeah, the funnier part is considering that Aldo's the taller one of the two.
Excellent. So, just for clarification, you guys head over to Midland Beach. The location that you guys are going to is an off island, a really, really small island called Hoffman Island. That is where the Stone Court would, the little off location. It's a small island, really small. There's a Swinburne Island and a Hoffman Island. You guys are going to Hoffman Island from Midland Beach. There's gonna be a specific boat from the party to bring you guys there, and I'm sorry for the barking. That is an old man dog. Rami! Rami!
Bark, bark.
We didn't really notice it until you actually said something about it.
I'm bothered because my GM brain picks up on it.
It's okay.
It's like because of what the dog goes. Just think of it as ambiance. You guys are traveling to Staten Island.
Just some random dog somewhere in the
They go,
island.
"Brr, brr, brr, brr."
Hmm.
Yes. So other than that, so Alfred with his, new suit and tie, do you bring anything? I know that, did Ricky bring his third arm, just for clarification?
Yes, I've already stealthed it into my third arm.
Okay, you stealthed your third arm. Yes. Does Alfred bring any weapons?
At this rate, I'm just gonna call the shotgun third arm.
Alfred's bringing his knife and his gun.
Okay, awesome. Do you bring anything else?
I mean,
Johnson.
yeah, Johnson.
uh,
There's not much else my character has.
Oh, I guess it's more of like, given that it's a party, me trying to get into its headspace. Do you often bring an entourage with you? Perhaps like a bunch of flappers with you? That kind of, you bring your own
he
harem.
brings all the booze. All of it. So much booze.
Okay, so you bring
Especially
booze.
to this one when he's considering the fact that they may try to poison him. So he's only gonna take his own drinks. He's not
Yes.
taking anybody else's.
Oh, and how do you feel about the French liquor, knowing that you're possibly heading to a French party?
I mean, I did enter the scene with a thing of red wine
Yes,
at
okay.
the beginning of this campaign.
So you're definitely bringing your own red wine. Okay, alright.
Red wine, champagne, some bourbon,
Okay.
whiskey.
Alright, so you're bringing all your bottles at the back with Aldo. Aldo, do you bring anything with you as you drive with Alfred?
Yeah, the gun I so painstakingly tried to buy.
With your license.
My license.
You did work very, very
It's
hard on that.
100% discount.
Yes.
No, that's it. Just the gun. And I guess the clothes.
Yes.
5
I'm
finger
sorry.
discount.
If it's okay, Samus, I'll focus first for the others. Still, because you are declared to be with, Mr. Why are you in the background? I can see you in the background.
He's standing there menacingly.
Menacingly! There he is.
That can be very menacing.
No, it's not your scene yet. Go away. You would declare to be with Mr. Mop, so you're gonna be waiting for Mr. Mop till he logs in. Because someone came in much earlier. We'll start with your scene first, if that is okay with you. This is towards Ricky. We'll start with you. You're actually like a couple of hours early. If that is, we'll start with you.
Ricky, at this rate, considering Ricky's early, he's gonna be admiring the setup lineup of alcohol that the Monsignor is going to be showcasing off.
Oh, you're not in the house just yet.
Oh.
You're still in the car with an unnamed dame because you never bothered to get her name. You just accepted the invite and everything, but you are aware that she has her ties to Monsignor. She does, like, beyond picking you up, she did say she was gonna get other guests, but you are joined with someone at the car. which
Mhm.
I really wish you brought someone with you, but this is all information that's gonna go to Ricky. And
Yeah.
God damn it, Ricky.
Good job, Ricky.
Good job, Ricky. We all get our own info now.
Ricky do, Ricky do.
You hear a voice of what looks to be a very annoyed man. It's like, why don't I get my own car? Why am I sharing it with a with? Fine, fine. It's like they thought I'd probably get my own service at least. Why they wouldn't even let me bring my own car? And he's like, he seems to be talking to Ricky to commiserate and try to agree with him halfway through a conversation. How does Ricky respond? You don't.
Ricky is nodding. Ricky is just nodding, but everything's going out the other ear.
Yes. Hey, he goes, who are you? Are you? He kind of squints. Are you one of, no, you're not a redhead. I doubt he's gonna be here. Are you one of them,
Ricky, when he says redhead, Ricky actually pulls down one of his bags and he's like, just to double check himself.
He says, oh no, you're not a redhead. What are you looking at? I'm just asking if you're... You look familiar. I just can't pinpoint what. You one of Stein's kids?
Who?
Stein? Okay, that answers it. You're not one of Stein's kids. How about, you don't look Italian. You brother of Monsignor or something? Knowing that, you know, his ladyship is picking you up. I didn't know you had a brother.
Ricky looks over at the dame and he raises a brow, thinking like, could he?
You see the dame kind of exhales, says, oh, it's more of a family friend. I believe, Mr. Champagne's family is doing business with Monsignor. He's simply doing things for the family. No consequence. And then he just, oh, champagne, huh? Does that mean you're an alcoholic? And then he lets out a chuckle, as if he's found himself very funny.
Ricky just deadpan says yes.
Oh. Well. Alright. Well, Mr. Champagne. And he goes, I'm sure you know who I am. Like, see, adjust his suit smugly. And then you see the dame kind of clear her throat. I believe the man is from out of town. He is not a local New Yorker. You might have to introduce yourself. And he goes, oh, from out of town? Where are you from? Where are you from? Wait, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'll figure it out. Florida. You're a Florida man. You have that energy about you.
Ricky like goes like, somewhat close, but not quite.
Alright, so where are you from? I can keep guessing.
Louisiana.
Louisiana? I'm a couple of states far off. I mean, they're both watery graves and backwater towns from what I heard. Slaps his own leg. He goes, I'm Jacob. Jacobi's. Well, Jacobi's. Goldberg.
Monsieur Goldberg, and then he, does he offer to shake his hand?
Yep. He immediately accepts
Okay, yeah,
it.
he shakes his hand.
Oh, a friend of Monsignor is a friend of mine. We do business, you know? The Phantoms and I go way, way back. Way back.
Well, I'm sure any business partners of the Monsignor is going to be a good business partner of ours.
Yeah, but I've never heard of champagne. Champagne. Does that mean you're a little bit of French? Or you're kind of like the Bayou French, like the Southern, the Southern French. You know what I mean? It's like he's doing a lot of laughing at his own jokes, kind of.
Hmm. Ricky just responds with "we."
Ah, and then he goes, so what business do you do with Monsignor if you care to tell me a little something something?
When he does ask that, he actually looks towards the dame, actually wondering if he is allowed to disclose that information.
The dame it just gives you one look. It's a very poker face. And then she looks away. As if like, you're on your own, pal, whatever it is you tell. Like,
Uh, well, to give into more specific details here, I I myself am a transporter for Monsignor currently, but the family business is a bit more intricate, and I'd rather not disclose the exact dealings of the Monsignor without him present for it.
I see, alright. We gotta keep things between the family. I see. Well, you sure know, us Goldbergs have a lot of things, a lot of fingers in many pies, and, I guess you could say, I'm not ashamed of talking about some of my business. You can tell I'm pretty much into making things happen. I like opportunities, see, and I see opportunity in you. Yes. Say, how about we make a little something of your deal? You plan to go back to Louisiana, or are you planning to stay along?
I do plan to go back at some point, but currently I am going to be staying for a while.
I see. Well, by chance, do you like shoes?
That depends. What kind?
By the way, what shoes are you wearing with your suit?
Shit. I'm wearing Italian suit, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
If you
Most
wear your
likely leather,
standard work
anything.
boots, oh my
no. He's not going to be wearing your standard work boot, obviously.
god.
Um, in this case, what he would be wearing, specifically, it would be an Oxford.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. Is it new shoes? Did you buy it with the suit,
Mm,
or is it old?
it's 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 used but not old per se.
Okay.
It's
Alright.
definitely broken into.
Okay. What's the color shading for your Oxford? Is it just like, is it two toned, or is it more like one monocolor?
Mono.
Okay. You see the moment like he says, "What do you like shoes?" And then as he looks down at your Oxfords, he's like he has what do you call this, like a walking stick, and then like he pats immediately, like there's a sharp tap on the side of your foot, like to the hollowness. It seems like thunk. He goes, "Ah, seems to be faux leather. Disappointing. Not to shit on the Italians or French. They don't make really good shoes. Like, German's where it's at." He smiles as he goes, and if you like a couple of shoes, I can get you some. And then he, surprisingly, just by looking at your shoes, he tells you the size of your feet.
Impressive.
I mean, let's say my family has a lot of businesses, but one of the businesses I take to heart is shoes. I love my shoes. Shoes gets us to places more than cars ever would. Tells you a lot about the man that you're with. And I can tell you've been through a lot with those shoes. He kind of gives this smile and he goes, So, what was the last station you've been in?
Wait, the last
He says the last station you've been in.
define station in this in this sense.
Oh, you can roll for intelligence. See how smart if you get the context of what he's
Oh
saying.
boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Intelligence.
Mhm. Oh wow. You immediately clock in. He's asking the last station you've been stationed at in the last war.
God. uh Let me check. I need to look at the map.
Like,
Uh, oh my god. Eh, American. Uh, in this case, he would have been, uh, he would have unironically been along the French airfields.
ooh, okay. So do you? The thing is, do you tell him?
Mm, wait, let me pick. Uh, yes, he'll considering that uh considering that he did manage to guess that Ricky has done service, he will of course say like uh that he was around a lot of aerodomes, specifically aerodromes.
And he kind of just he goes, not exactly the question I was asking, but interesting. He just he smiles. He goes, I was meaning about the last place you've been to.
Still would be the same answer.
I see. He goes, just kind of nods. And he just does that cheeky little smile. Says, well, I know they said the war is about to win and all that jazz. You still planning to serve? Or you good? Because I know there's some options to get back into the draft of things.
We're in 1930s, right?
Yep.
30.
1941 would be the
Wait,
next
is
war.
technically World War the technically isn't the World War II supposed to be a surprise?
I mean, here's the thing.
Mhm.
I
Like,
like surprises.
in this case, there's a lot of fear mongering in this
Mhm.
time that because the war broke out and they said, oh, it's never gonna happen again. There's always gonna be war, and this he seems to imply that there's always gonna be war. I mean, probably not in a scale, but he's asking you, would
Mhm.
you go back if you were like, would you enlist again? You know, it's basically a dog that joins the war. They always find themselves finding the thrill of the war and always go back. So he's asking if you would do the same, like go back.
Mm,
With your in check,
Ricky.
with your in check,
Oh.
it's like he's trying to analyze you. You realize like he's
Mhm.
trying to get an understanding of your psyche.
Ricky smiles and he says, "Well, honestly, nah." And it's like, he goes on about like how I'd rather at least enjoy the simple things like farming again.
And he kind of has this disappointing like, "Aw,